How to review your year and plan for next year. So it's amazing. I've made loads of notes, as you can see on this session. Before I sort of explain why you should do this, the benefits to doing this, and how to make the most of reviewing your year and planning next year, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Every single week, I've been uploading new videos on sales to help you increase more sales, help you improve mindset, overcome ghosting, and do better on LinkedIn. So why is a review important for? Well, it's not just an annual review. That's really important. But what's actually just as important is a daily review. So every lunchtime for 5 minutes, I go, okay, how's my morning been? Have I achieved what I want to achieve? If not, why not? And how do I improve? And how do I make the rest of the day amazing? And it's just for 5 minutes a day. And then, of course, at nighttime, I spend another 5 minutes before bed going, okay, how was the rest of my day? What did I do well? What could I have done better? And how do I make tomorrow amazing as well? And what this does is it creates incredible clarity. Especially if you're a business owner like me, you need clarity because you have so many things happening all day long. You know, I have to run a business where I'm doing sales training, one-to-one coaching, where sometimes I'm speaking at events, where I have several suppliers I have to pay every single month, no matter what. Plus, I'm trying to grow my business and take care of the family and my kittens and my cats and my parents. And there's so much going on in my world. That clarity is one of the most important things you can have. And that's why, even though we're talking about an annual review now, please make sure you're doing this on a daily basis for just 5 minutes a day. It makes such a big difference to clarity, and clarity is so important in business. So, I've written down loads of notes here. The first thing you want to ask yourself in your annual review, when you're looking at the year that's just gone by and planning for the year ahead, is what went well. Because when you ask people, you know, how did things go? They tend to default to negative. As human beings, we do that. So always start off with a positive. Things always better when you look at it from a positive perspective. Always. So what went well? What success did I have? Also, what unexpected success did I have? You can call it luck if you like. I mean, you know, I work with Extras this year, part of DCC, a $14 billion company. That was an incoming lead through LinkedIn. They saw my LinkedIn profile, loved it, contacted me. We had several meetings, and then I won the deal. That was luck. I'm not going to deny it. It was luck, okay? Whereas other deals I'd won took, you know, sometimes 10, 11, 12 meetings on a corporate level and 2 or 3 meetings on a one-to-one coaching level. And that was more diligent, and that was more down to the years I spent on LinkedIn, writing valuable content, writing valuable articles for other people, writing 3 books, speaking at events. Some of those were earned, and some of it was luck. But it's good to know what worked well and what you got lucky on. And think about where the wins came from. Were they referrals? Referrals are still pretty much the best ways to earn business. When you work with somebody else, there's a lot of people I worked with years ago, in 2021, 2022, who now have gone from sales executive to a sales director, or people who used to be a director of a business and now they have their own business who now hire me just because I did a great job a few years ago and I cared and I made a difference. That's something I wasn't expecting this year. So where did your inquiries come from? Is it referrals, incoming leads? Is it a result of SEO? You know, is it a result of a lead magnet on your website? Is it because, unfortunately, you bought software from somebody who scraped emails off a website and you emailed them? I'm not crazy about that. But look, if you have success doing that, good for you. Where did your results come from? What went well? And can you implement that for the next year ahead? The second thing you want to do is, where did you struggle? But also, why did you struggle? Whenever you struggle in business, the easiest thing in the world to do is blame other people. Or compare yourself to other people. And I understand when people do it, it's an easier excuse, but one of the best things to do is take responsibility yourself and say, okay, how do I make this better? Or how can I react better to this situation? And one thing I haven't mentioned, which is gold, you'll notice this is all on pen and paper. When reviewing your year, one of the best things you can do is do it with a pen and notepad. Again, greater clarity, greater focus. Of course, you can do it in your laptop or your iPad if you prefer. It's just so much easier and better on a notepad with a pen and paper. You get so much more clarity. And this is from people I know who do this, who are way more successful than me. They've also advised, do it in pen and paper. You get so much more clarity. So your struggles, why you struggled, and also who can you ask for help going forward. If there's something you're struggling with in business, spend time trying to work on a solution. But also ask people, how can you help me? What do I need to do to go forward? If the person helps you, brilliant. And if they don't, simply ask them, okay, how much money do I have to pay you to help me? And then people's reactions will change very quickly. And that's what I do. I always ask people for help. And if they don't give me the help, I say, okay, look, how much would it cost me to get this help? And majority of the time, people will say, okay, it'll cost you £500 for the hour. Sometimes. But you know what? That £500, which seems like a big investment, can sometimes generate 2,000, 3,000, or 5,000 off the back end. So it's worth doing that. Okay. In terms of wins for the future, you want to be thinking what short-term wins, and you want to be thinking about long-term goals. Short-term wins are things you can win immediately. These are things like clients who maybe are 80% in your pipeline, you can take to 100%, or clients who are 60%, you can take to 80%. All these are small wins. Small wins is a client wants to do business with you and they're only based 15, 20 miles away. You drive to their office and you go see them. That's one of the best things to do. A long-term win is something that will take 6 to 12 months. You know, my long-term goal for next year is to finish my 4th book. That's a huge goal. You know, writing a book, if you do it full time, it's 4 months, but majority of people write a book while they have a 9-to-5 job or a full-time business, and that will take you at least a year, and it's very hard work, and it's diligent practice every day. So that's a big long-term goal. The short-term goal is I have a few clients who are on 70%, 80%, and are about to close. I want to close those. Short-term goals are very good for your confidence, and they help you move things forward, which is why I'm a big fan of them as well. Big goal for next year, make sure your CRM is updated. Whether you use a big CRM like Salesforce or Sophalytics or a smaller CRM, just make sure it's always updated, always. Because you can waste so much time and so much valuable energy trying to sort CRM out. You do not want to be doing that. Make sure it is kept updated. And if you're managing staff, please make sure they have their CRM updated. That's not for negotiation. It has to be updated all the time. Otherwise, the long-term damage is pretty bad. Now, in terms of 2025, I hope that's helpful. If it is, please comment on the post. Or you know what? If you have your own ways of reviewing your year and planning the year ahead, please share it here. There's so much more detail, of course, I can go into. But I like to do bite-sized learning. I just find that people, especially in sales, tend to learn better with bite-sized learning rather than 1 hour or 90 videos. The big successful gurus can do that with 100,000, 200,000 followers. I can't, but I do find people tend to learn more in bite-sized chunks. So what went well? What can you learn from it? What can you do better next year? And who can you ask help from? Good luck reviewing your year and wishing you the very, very best luck for the year ahead.